Lot's wife turning to salt. Genesis 19:26. A haunting story about attachment to a corrupt past. There are stories in the Bible that are told in great detail, and then there are stories told in silence. This is one of them. Just one verse, one glance, one irreversible moment. But Lot's wife looked back behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. Genesis 19:26. No conversation is recorded, no scream is heard, no explanation is given. Only the image of a woman standing frozen in the desert, a pillar of salt where a life once stood. To understand this moment, we must go back before the fire fell, before the command was given, before the look that changed everything. The city she called home. Lot's wife lived in Sodom for many years. It was not just a city to her, it was her home. Sodom was prosperous, wealthy, and full of life. Its streets were busy, its houses were comfortable, its culture was appealing. But beneath the surface, Sodom was rotting. The city had rejected God's ways and embraced corruption without shame. Its people loved darkness more than light. And though God had shown patience, mercy, and warning after warning, the time for judgment had finally come. God sent angels not only to announce destruction, but to rescue. Because judgment was coming, but mercy still had a door. The escape. The angels entered Lot's house with urgency. Take your family. Leave now. Do not look back. Do not stop. Escape for your life. The command was simple, but serious. God was not being harsh. He was being protective. Lot, his daughters, and his wife began to flee as dawn approached. Behind them stood the city they had lived in, loved in, and built memories in. Ahead of them was uncertainty and salvation. The look back. As they ran, the ground shook. The sky darkened. Fire and judgment fell upon Sodom. And then it happened. The Bible says it quietly, but the moment was loud in eternity. But Lot's wife looked back. She did not turn back with her feet. She did not run back into the city, but her heart pulled her eyes backward. She looked back at her house, her comfort, her memories, her identity. She looked back at a life God had already declared finished. And in that moment, time stopped. She became a pillar of salt. Why salt? Salt preserves. It keeps things from decaying. Lot's wife was preserved in the posture of disobedience, frozen between obedience and resistance, between freedom and bondage, between the past and the future. She became a permanent warning standing in the desert. You can leave a place physically and still belong to it emotionally. The warning that still speaks. Centuries later, Jesus would say just 3 words. Remember Lot's wife. Not her name, not her background, not her good intentions. Just remember what happens when the heart refuses to let go. This story is not about a woman who looked back once. It is about the danger of attachment. God was calling her forward, but her heart was anchored to what God was destroying. A mirror for today. Today, Sodom is no longer a city. It is a system, a lifestyle, a mindset. A past God has told many to leave behind. And still, God is calling people out of destructive habits, out of toxic relationships, out of compromised lives. But many walk forward while constantly looking back, and the danger remains the same. You cannot embrace a new life while clinging to an old one God has already judged. Final reflection. Lot's wife had deliverance in front of her and destruction behind her. One look cost her everything. God is not asking you to be perfect. He is asking you to be willing. Let go of what He told you to leave. Stop mourning what He removed to save you. Trust the direction He is giving, even when it's painful. Remember Lot's wife, but don't become her.